There were 40 U.S. Special Forces guys. What were you doing that close to American forces?
Prigozhin wanted to seize this factory. My group consists of only Russian mercenaries and Syrian fighters. And then they fire on us. I don't know why, but Prigozhin was convinced American forces were not involved.
His gamble in trying to take Konovo was that when the Americans saw that it was Russians coming, the Americans would want to avoid any direct confrontation. World War III, he was incredibly mistaken.
We were destroyed. The whole field was covered with corpses. Russian authority proclaimed no one Russian suffered.
What was going through your head when the Americans retaliated?
To save my life, save lives of my people. Unfortunately, I lost 23.
23 dead, 28 wounded.
The U.S. is calling 3 times to the Russian Ministry of Defense, are these your guys? And 3 times defense says no. The U.S. had the green light to effectively defend themselves in a way that would send a message.
These guys are at war. That's what they want to do. And they did it.
We initiated these events. Only we have responsibility.
Every American that fought that day is going to watch this. Do you have anything personally to say to them?
They acted according to the rules of war.
Prigozhin wasn't just involved with mercenaries. He had troll farms, chocolate museums.
This is the story of a Russian mercenary boss and his death.
He and his gang were on a street in Leningrad. Prigozhin came up behind a woman and strangled her until she almost died, and then they robbed her and he was caught and sent away for 9 years. Prigozhin, his gamble in trying to take Konovo was that when the Americans saw that it was Russians coming, the Americans would want to avoid World War III and they would back away. He was incredibly mistaken in that calculation. What he ends up promising is that he's going to take Bakhmut from Ukrainian forces. He gets exclusive permission to go to all of Russia's prisons, recruit prisoners to the front line. You can come and fight for me for 6 months. If you survive, you're a free man and your criminal record is expunged. At some point, inevitably, they start cutting off Prigozhin from convict recruitment. Now he starts going public with the Ministry of Defense saying, I'm not getting enough ammunition. Hugo and Prigozhin at this point hate each other's guts. He has to figure out a way, how do I convince Putin to choose between me and Shoigu? Because Putin is choosing Shoigu right now. And so the decision is made. Wagner is going to turn back from Ukraine into southern Russia, and they're going to capture and kill the Minister of Defense.
Was he assassinated?
Yes.
I'm just curious if you have anything to say to Putin.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out. You are enemy for my country. You are the main problem for my country. It was clear for me, Russia violates the basic international law. I decided not to return to Russia. It became very dangerous for me.
What are the feelings of the majority of Russians about the Ukraine war? Are most for the war or against it?
Unfortunately, most of the Russia silently accept this situation or support this war. This is opportunity for him to stay in power. He cannot propose any other way demon-possessed people.